Hey guys, what's up? Scotch Duck here, once again, right. Experimenting a little bit here. I'm sitting down now, so you won't see me prance all about the place. Well, maybe a wee bit, because this is sort of a rocker chair right here. It's like, it's really weird. There's no support at the back, right? Just these two bendy bits of wood at the front. Every time I lean back in it, I feel like it's about to snap and I'm about to hurt myself. I don't know. It came with a flat, so whatever, and it is quite comfy. Why am I talking about a chair? Well, quite frankly guys, it's Sunday, it's video day, I guess. I didn't even have a topic for this, okay? Like, I just 5 minutes ago, I'm right, I guess I'll talk about this. And yeah, here we go. It's because that's probably another little reason why I went on that hiatus, you know? It was just because I didn't have much that really sparked my interest to talk about. And, you know, I like to try and, I don't necessarily want to keep on top of like all bits of gaming news, you know, like I talked about Nintendo's little YouTube thing, but that's because it was something that genuinely annoyed me. Even though it didn't affect me, I just look at it and think, Nintendo, really? You did that? And, you know, just other stuff like that that's typically interesting to me, you know, and so I thought to myself, okay, just pick something, Donald, and talk about it. So I'm going to talk about a little game that I beat this week. Not necessarily for the first time, for the second time actually, but I feel like I acquired a whole new appreciation for it, you know, and I just want to come in front of the camera and gush about it a wee bit. And that game was EarthBound. Now, where to begin with this? Okay, so, you know, I think a lot of us came to know EarthBound through Smash Brothers, you know, like this little kid with a cap, who the fuck is he? Why does he have these magic powers and stuff? And, you know, as you get on the internet, as you're part of this fan base and the gaming community and all that, you learn things and you learn about, oh, in Japan, EarthBound is called Mother, it has this massive following, Nintendo fucking hates all of them, and yeah, it's like that. I played EarthBound back in about 2008, 2009. It was on an emulator, okay? Game wasn't officially released over here ever on the Super Nintendo. I couldn't fucking buy it myself, Nintendo. Had to be a pirate and bastard. And yeah, that's how I played it. And, you know, I remember really liking EarthBound. You know, I remember playing it, getting all the way to the end, thinking, man, this was really good. But having played for it again recently, have you guys ever thought this way, right? Have you ever like played a game, an RPG, okay, a really lengthy RPG, right? And you play a game and you just sort of breeze through it, and you're not necessarily interested in actually playing it. You only want to play it because it's critically acclaimed, you know, and as a result, you don't necessarily take it in as you should. You just want to get it beaten and that's it. That happens to me all the time. There are so many RPGs out there that I've played that I can't remember a fucking thing that happens in them. And I guess EarthBound was one of them. Even though I came off EarthBound thinking, yeah, that was really good, I'm just sitting there playing for it during this week there, getting to the end and being like, holy shit, what did I miss the last time? So, yeah, does anybody feel like that? In fact, do you want to know what... Hold on, is it here? You want to know a game that is, like, one of the worst for me for that feeling? I can't remember a fucking thing that happened in this game, okay? This is the only version that we ever got, you know, out here in Europe. We never got it on the SNES, we never got it on the PS1. I had to wait until this. And I was all hyped up to play it, and I got to the end and I'm like, okay, next game. I need to play this again before I die. Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, so I'm gushing all about EarthBound. So what was it about EarthBound that I just played and I loved so much? As cliche as it sounds, it's a pretty feelsy game, you know? It's like, you really just relate to the characters in this whole, you know, shouldn't be epic, but actually is epic adventure of going out and stopping aliens with baseball bats and frying pans, you know? Just 4 little kids from different cultures cutting about, and there's just, you know what, I don't even want to go on about it, right? Because I don't think I could do it justice, right? But suffice to say, I just sat through and played it just during the week there. It's been on my back burner for a few weeks, and I just got to the end. It was like on the Tuesday night or something there, and I'm like, wow, that's something I'm gonna remember, you know? It was so weird, because again, I've already played it before. I just found a new appreciation for it. It really goes to show you, because, you know, there's a lot of conceptions out there about, like, films and books and all that you have to watch or read them a few times to really get them. And I completely understand that, but games are a bit different, you know? Games take a long time to get through. You know, it's not like a 90-minute film or a book that you can just whiz through, right? They can take good amounts of time, so you better be sure that you can get what you want out of it on the first go. Unless you really, really loved it and you do want to go through it again. You know, you don't necessarily play a game a second time to be like, okay, I didn't enjoy that first time through, but maybe this time through I'll get it. You know, it's hard to sit down and say that to yourself and expect your mind to sort of accept it in that way. Am I making any sense here? Okay, because that, again, that's just how it was for me with this game. Now, it's funny because one of the reasons I did go through with it, because a couple months ago I tried to play Mother 3 on an emulator, and I failed, okay, because playing Mother 3 on an emulator is a fucking nightmare, you know, because it has a really nifty battle mechanic where you have to tap the button in rhythm with the music. Not necessarily to perfect rhythm, but there's like always like a hidden bass line or rhythm in the song. There is a means to figure out what that rhythm actually is by putting your enemies to sleep, which was really clever, I thought, you know, but trying to tap the button in tune on an emulator is impossible. I actually did some Googling, I read up on it. Sure enough, it's really hard. So, I kind of gave up on it, and I don't know, I just felt like I had to get through it, so I went and got this. Mother 3 reproduction cartridge. And this is really, really well done. I mean, you look on the back here, you've got like a full description of the game. You got like the official Nintendo seal, that's a lie. An ESRB rating, that'll be a lie. It's just the fan translation in like a mocked up Game Boy Advance cart, obviously, and a DS cartridge as well. And yeah, here it is here. I just found it on eBay and I'm like, oh, okay, it's the exact same translation I was playing on an emulator, cool. And it actually came with this, a little Franklin badge, and I was like, wait a minute, how is, what's the Franklin badge again? And then I played through Earthbound again, you know. Before I went on to this, I kind of just wanted to play through Earthbound again, you know, and that's what led me to it. And now I remember what the Franklin badge is, and I'm like, oh, that's why everybody goes on about the Franklin badge, so this is really nice to have, you know. And yeah, you guys know the script with me, you know, it's like, when I just sort of like a game that's part of a big series, I've got to get them all. Which is also why, I don't even know where these things come from, right? I just see them on eBay and I go mental and I'm like, oh, I've got to buy that, you know? Because I also got this, Earthbound. Now this is Mother 1, because I open up, it's not a VHS case, because I open it up, sure enough, there's Earthbound. And this is actually, if you remember that other video I made about the whole region free thing, this is what made me want to open up my NES, because it didn't work in it. And are there, you know, I've done some research, and I know there's a lot of different types of Mother 1, Earthbound 0, or just Earthbound, you know, I don't know what you'd want to call it. There's a lot of different reproduction cartridges out there in the wild. And this one, when you boot it up, the logo of the game just says Earthbound. You know, it doesn't say Earthbound 0. For those of you that don't know, Earthbound 0 was what the ROM was originally called, you know. But this one just says Earthbound. So, just asking, is there like something out there that, are there different types of ROMs basically? Because I'm wondering what the one that I've picked up here. I intend to go on to this after I play through Mother 3, which I am loving this, by the way. This is really good, you know. I intend to go through this. I know not a lot of people like Mother 1, but I at least want to give it a shot, you know. Either way, I'm pretty sure Mother 2 and 3 are going to be the better games, you know. But still, I like to give credit where credit is due. This started it all. I want to experience it for myself, you know. But yeah, and I would like to at some point get, if there, I don't even know where you can look for them. If anybody has any suggestions, please say if I can get like a reproduction cartridge for the PAL region, you know, like an Earthbound, for Earthbound, you know? Like I've actually got a few reproduction cartridges here. Let me, I know some, just a minute, I was looking for these the other night. I know some of them is. Let's see, where is that one? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh god, I have so much shite. It's here somewhere. Just a minute. Ah, here we go. This is definitely a reproduction cartridge. Secret of Mana 2. Just saw this on eBay. Grabbed it, you know, because I really love Secret of Mana 1, which is actually Second Dotsetsu 2 or something like that. I don't know, it's confusing. But yeah, reproduction cartridges are nice to have, you know, I really approve of them basically. But yeah, that's that. Just a little gushing over Earthbound or Mother, you know, I guess I'm a Mother fan. I don't want to be a Mother fan because, well, I'm already part of a really desperate, small, overly dedicated fan base that always gets the constant middle finger from the developer that it's from, if you know what I'm saying, you know? So I don't need to be part of another one, basically. But I can enjoy the games regardless, okay? So yeah, that's that, guys. Yeah. See you after. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Fuzzy Pickles. Yeah, sure.